All right, so hello everyone. My name is Ketan Maheshwari. The title of my talk today is Parsl at OLCF. This is a joint work together with my colleagues Sean Wilkinson, Tyler Kluzacek, Rafael Ferreira de Silva at the Data Lifecycle and Scalable Workflows Group at OLCF. First of all, thank you to the Parsl and FunkX Fest organizers for accepting my talk. And thanks to our funders at the OLCF and the Exascale Compute project for supporting this work. So I'll be talking about 3 developments surrounding Parsl at OLCF. First, how we have set up our managing and supporting the Parsl software module on Summit. Second, an ongoing project where we are bridging the HPC, the classical HPC and the quantum computing using Parsl. And a third ongoing project where we are developing a distributed task orchestration system, and we are in the process of designing a Parsl plugin for this system. So here is where the story starts. Earlier this year, we analyzed the Summit login user usage data, aka user telemetry data that we have been collecting since January 2020 on Summit login nodes. While looking at the workflow systems usage on Summit, we found that Parsl is one of the top 5 workflow systems used on Summit so far since 2020. If you are interested in more information about our analysis, I have cited a paper, and the data set itself is also available. Looking at the results of this analysis, we determined that workflows are used significantly on Summit. So we approached the core OLCF admin team and requested that they let us make Parsl and other workflow systems available as software modules on Summit, and they approved this request. The OLCF admins created /software/summit/workflows location for us and let us install Parsl there. So we installed Parsl as a Conda module that is based on the available module on Summit, with available based Anaconda module on Summit. And then we set up the modules to make Parsl available to the broader user community at OLCF Summit. So here I would take a little pause and would like to ask the question to the community, and especially Parsl admins, if this is the right approach to provide the Parsl software as a module to a cluster community, given the complexities with Python and its installation processes and such. And if not, what would be the more effective approach? So this is something that I would like to discuss if there is an opportunity offline here or elsewhere. In addition to setting up the software module, we also did some documentation and dissemination of this work. So alongside the installation, so we put together some documentation on the main OLCF docs, as well as we also gave a training talk at the OLCF users meeting earlier this year. That seemed to be have been well received by the users. And on the docs, we are also kind of receiving some pull requests from the internal lab community. Next work is about bridging the HPC and quantum computing using Parsl. So in this ongoing development, earlier this year, we applied for and obtained a small allocation on the ORNL Quantum Computing User Program, aka QCUP. The objective of this project is to combine the HPC and quantum using the workflows paradigm. And one idea that we explored is to make HPC generate the input data and send this data along with a Qiskit written quantum computing program to the remote quantum systems, run them over there and obtain the results back, all coordinated via Parsl processes. We do have some early success on this work that was performed jointly with one of our student interns over summer, Sam Bibrick. The linked Git repo has code and more information about this. And last but not least is an ongoing work where we are developing a distributed task orchestration system called Zambezi. That can seamlessly orchestrate science campaigns initially across the lab systems, and ultimately our goal is to perform the same thing across the DOE complex. For Zambezi, we plan to basically reuse existing solutions where available and where possible. So in that context, we are currently developing several plugins, and one of the plugins we chose for HPC workflow is Parsl, and it's currently in the process of development. I guess that's all from my side. Questions?
I have one. I'm wondering if you have any insight on what makes someone want to choose Parsl versus another workflow manager.
Probably one reason I can imagine is because their application itself is developed in Python. So going from Python to Python, they would see Parsl as another library to use with their own project. That would be one reason, I think. But yeah, you are right. I mean, there are hundreds of workflow systems out there, right? So, and as I showed, we found about 6 to 7 workflow systems as being very popular around. Parsl being one of them. Yeah.
Users who come to you and they know they need some type of workflow manager, and they describe their problem to you. What do you do? Do you in what situations do you direct them to Parsl versus?
Yeah, depending on the project, but typically we ask them to describe their workflow as a step-by-step process, and if possible, write them in a shell script so that it's more, sort of executable workflow, but in a basic form. And then we take it from there and try to see where are the opportunities for parallelization, automation, orchestration, and such.
So a quick follow-up on that. Do people tend to use Parsl to orchestrate together things that are written in other languages? Like, I guess that's sort of one of the visions, or do you mention importing it as a library, in the main workflow?
Right. Yeah, so we are not aware of the details of those workflows that are already being used. We just looked into the aggregated data, and we found that Parsl processes showed up, and then we did some detailed analysis on who are the unique users who have been using. I believe about
who those users are. I actually don't know.
Sorry?
Can you tell us who the users are?
The data is out, but it is pseudonymized. So
But you presumably have non-anonymized. I will ask Raphael.
Sure.
Tyler's only just gone there, so I don't know.
He went back in time.
Well, we'll target it. But I think the interesting thing about the workflows community is a lot of it is consulting, right? I think a lot of it is who the collaborations are with and people are using the tool with which they're built or they're comfortable using. And I think we want to get over that hump to be maybe more of an ecosystem with fewer workflow tools that are maybe more self-sufficient rather than being consulting tools. Again, it's a big community discussion. It's good that we've got other workflow systems in the room, which
I'm agnostic.
You're agnostic, yeah.
I'm brand new to all of us, so but yeah.
We've got Radical back there, so that's one. Obviously, the work you guys online, so that's small steps.